Did you know that North Dakota passed a law banning abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy? There are no exceptions for rape or incest. Did you know that Joe Biden will be aided by a super PAC? Unite the Country will be launching a $1 million ad campaign in 3 swing states. Did you know that Joe Manchin has not yet revealed whether or not he will run for re-election? The Democratic senator for West Virginia could possibly retire or even run for president. Did you know that Mike Pence supports a 6-week federal abortion ban? He stated support for the measure last month and has also said that a 15-week ban should be up for consideration. Did you know that Vivek Ramaswamy doesn't believe that abortion should be regulated at the federal level? The GOP presidential candidate said that federal law doesn't govern murder but that state laws do. Did you know that Joe Biden holds a lead over Ron DeSantis in a hypothetical head-to-head matchup? According to a Morning Consult poll, Biden garnered 44% support compared to DeSantis's 40%. Did you know that Joe Biden has been endorsed by Bernie Sanders? Sanders has dismissed chances for his own presidential campaign and endorsed Biden, saying it is the progressive movement's job to help the president get re-elected. Did you know that the U.S. has 8 states that prohibit students from using school facilities inconsistent with their sex? 4 that have enacted such measures this year are Arkansas, Idaho, Iowa, and Kentucky. Did you know that the EU is expected to form a new sanctions framework targeting Moldovan oligarchs attempting to overturn Moldova's current pro-Western government? The framework would enact EU travel bans and asset freezes. Did you know that Donald Trump has received an endorsement from a high-ranking Republican? Steve Daines, who chairs the National Republican Senatorial Committee, said the best 4 years of his Senate career came from Trump's tenure. Did you know that Donald Trump leads in a hypothetical head-to-head matchup against Ron DeSantis in Georgia? According to a University of Georgia poll, Trump garnered 51.4% support compared to DeSantis's 40.7%. Did you know that Jim Justice announced his Senate run? The West Virginia governor would be challenging Joe Manchin, who has not yet decided on whether he will run for re-election. Trump previously won West Virginia by 39 points in 2020. Did you know that Donald Trump isn't wanted by most Americans to seek a second term? According to an NBC News poll, 60% of Americans think Trump shouldn't try to get re-elected. 30% of such people said his charges in New York were a major reason for their stance. Did you know that Tim Scott has expounded upon his positions on abortion? The potential GOP presidential candidate said that he would sign the most pro-life legislation that can get through Congress and also said he would be willing to sign a 15-week abortion ban bill previously proposed by Lindsey Graham. Did you know that Jim Justice is expected to launch his Senate campaign later this week? The West Virginia governor would face House Representative Alex Mooney in the primaries. Mooney will be backed by the Anti-Tax Club for Growth, which has already pledged to spend at least $10 million. Did you know that Nikki Haley has been targeted by a pro-DeSantis super PAC? The group Never Back Down is running ads attacking Haley and has gone after Haley for supposedly being sympathetic to Disney. The goal of the attacks is to ensure that the GOP primary remains a two-way race between DeSantis and Trump. Did you know that Donald Trump has been endorsed by former House Rep. Lee Zeldin? Zeldin stated that the nation would be safer and have a stronger economy under Trump. Zeldin ran for governor of New York last year. While unsuccessful in his bid, he has been credited for having helped down ballot candidates. Did you know that George Santos will be targeted by Democrats in 2024? The Democratic Congressional Campaign Committee previously released its list of districts in play, which noted Santos's district as a potential pickup seat. Other Republicans who were targeted include Lauren Boebert and Scott Perry. Did you know that Donald Trump has established a massive lead in a hypothetical GOP primary? According to a Harvard Cap/Harris poll, Trump garnered 55% support. DeSantis followed with 20%. Mike Pence came third with 7%. No one else held support over 5 points. Did you know that Donald Trump has been criticized by the Club for Growth? An ad from the club criticized Trump's positions on Social Security, likening them to that of Biden. Trump has been steadfast in his support for the program, having even previously stated that he would not allow any cuts to Medicare or Social Security. Did you know that Russia's special forces have suffered serious casualties? According to leaked U.S. documents, U.S. officials believe that it will take years to replenish the Spetsnaz as Russia has been relying heavily on them for the war. One unit is said to be nearly lost, with only 125 members active out of 900 deployed. Did you know that Joe Biden is not wanted by most Americans to run for re-election? According to an NBC News poll, 70% of Americans think Biden shouldn't seek another term. This includes 51% of Democrats. 48% of those who didn't want Biden running again said his age played a major part of their rationale. Did you know that Robert Kennedy Jr. could struggle in his challenge against Joe Biden for the Democratic nomination for president? According to a Kaiser Family Foundation poll, only 8% of Democrats say they won't receive the COVID vaccine. This could reflect poorly for Kennedy Jr., who has been outspoken about his opposition to the vaccine. Did you know that Belgium hiked up its deportations? During the first quarter of this year, 959 illegal migrants were deported. In comparison, only 502 were deported over the same time period last year. The government also announced that more staff will be hired to monitor those who have been ordered to return to their nations. Did you know that Susan Rice will be stepping down from the Biden administration? Rice, who served as domestic policy advisor, helped expand the Affordable Care Act and aided in passing the Inflation Reduction Act into law as well as gun control legislation. Her resignation comes as the White House is taking criticism over its southern border policies pertaining to migrant children. Did you know that Donald Trump has established a massive lead in a hypothetical GOP primary? According to a Morning Consult poll targeting potential GOP primary voters, Trump held 58% support. DeSantis came next with 21, followed by Mike Pence with 7. Nikki Haley, Vivek Ramaswamy, and Liz Cheney all tied for fourth with 3 points each. Did you know that Idaho previously passed an anti-abortion bill? The law makes it illegal for an adult to help a minor obtain an abortion or abortion pills out of state without parental permission. Conviction could be faced with a 5-year prison sentence. Idaho shares borders with several states where abortion is legal, including Washington, Oregon, Montana, and California. Did you know that Joe Biden will be aided in a number of battleground states? The Super PAC Priorities USA will launch a 6-figure digital advertising campaign in 6 battleground states and has announced an overall investment target of $75 million for the 2024 presidential cycle. Priorities USA will target Arizona, Georgia, Michigan, Nevada, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin.